It's Miller time. That was cheesy.
That's
okay,
alright.
so let's jump in. I'm kind of just calling his name, seeing if he'll acknowledge me for saying his name. He does know that his name is Miller and that it means something, but he doesn't know that he should be attentive to it at all times. So trying to just kind of add a little bit of value to paying attention, acknowledging that I called your name, looking at me. Just some kind of real quick reinforcement that, hey, when I call you and you look at me, it's a pretty good thing.
Yes.
And he kind of starts to get a little bit better and a little better, and then he gets a little distracted. But that's all right. He's brand new at this. And he's very happy all the time.
He's looking at me. Hey, I know that guy.
Looking at you, looking at the neighbors. He's a busy guy. He has a fan club. He feels like he should be attentive to his fan club. Screw the lady with the leash. I need to greet my followers. Little bit of leash 101. So what you'll see here is when I feel like he's not paying attention or he gets out ahead of me, there I just want to keep him on my left side. I don't want him switching sides because that's how people get tripped and tangled. When I feel like he's not paying attention or he's getting out ahead of me and kind of running the show, I change directions.
Yeah.
And obviously when he's next to me where I want him to be, there we're tangled again. Let's fix it.
You see around myself, I'm all bundled up.
And he's where I want him to be, and staying with me, that's where I'm actually going to be rewarding.
Let's go. Let's go.
Adding value to what I like and devaluing what I don't like.
Got a little distracted there, but that's alright. It's his first training session. He's allowed to get distracted.
And if he doesn't get distracted, he can't learn to pay attention.
Let's go. Good boy.
We'll fix that again real quick. He keeps crossing over on to my right side.
There you go.
There we go.
So hopefully as we go along, you guys will see that Miller does become more attentive throughout
Yes, sir.
these little training videos, and hopefully we end up with him kind of ignoring everything and being very attentive to his handler.
Yeah, and if it seems like really simple stuff, okay, we change directions, we talk to him, we praise, whatever. But you have to think about, what are you adding value to? Well, when you're next to me, you get fed, you get praised. He's very food motivated, so that's a big plus. And when you're not paying attention, there we go, changing directions on you. He hits the end of the leash, he goes, oh crap, where'd she go? And then he trots along next to me. Okay, I'm back. All right, cool, I'll reward you for that. Thanks, bud. We'll work on this whole staying on the left side thing. There we go.
Good boy.
Like, it's easy, but it's hard.
Let's go.
Yeah, you have to put as much work into it as the dog does.
Let's go. Good job, buddy. Good job, Miller.
He's like, I'm really happy to be with you. I'm happy to be anywhere. Oh, there's food? Okay, I'll stay here.
Good job.
All around, pretty smart guy.
Yes, good boy.
And we're learning what an auto sit is.
Yes, good boy.
When we stop walking, you should sit and pay attention to me, not go out in front of me, not tangle me up in the leash. This is an activity that we're doing together. We're working together. Pay attention.
Oh.
He says I'm paying attention, and sit is like the coolest thing I can do. That gets me food, so I'm gonna do that.
He saw you slowing down. He's like, oh, she's about to stop. I'm going to sit.
And there he got distracted, so I gotta help him. Oh, that just turned into a big old mess. Let's start over. Let's not even try to mess with that muddy little mess right now. Let's start over. There's a lot of starting over in the learning process, but it comes together.
Let's go.
I'm gonna sit early.
Yes.
There we go.
Good job.
If you never make a mistake, you never really learn anything.
Yeah, they can't really put him in a bubble and
Let's go.
expect him to be amazing. So there we go. He's paying attention to where I'm at. Good job. And we're sitting. Good job. Now a little bit of recall. What do I want recall to look like? Recall is when I call my dog, I say come, and they need to come and sit in front of me. So I'm gonna lure it. This is what I want you doing. This is what come means. Let me show you. I can't just expect him to know what he doesn't know, so I have to show him. Oh, I love the enthusiasm, but I don't like the hard stops on my body. So I really, really want to focus on making this as nice as I can from the beginning. I like enthusiasm. If he wasn't bounding in and crashing into me, I wouldn't be so picky at first, but I'm gonna be picky here because I don't want him thinking that come means run right through me and knock me down. That was beautiful. He stopped himself.
No.
There we go. Good job, buddy. So still real enthusiastic, but he's putting a lot of effort into not smashing into me.
And if you notice, the best part about it was he was coming really, really close to you.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
And kind of fast.
Yeah, I like dogs that come in like really close and fast like that.
Without knocking you down.
Without laying you on the ground, yep.
Which he'll do. So we're going to work really hard on that. Trying to get his attention again with his name. It's not working. Thought I was gonna pull a fast one here. Couldn't do it. He's like, no, I am paying attention. So he's got an ear out for me, but not an eye. And we'll build up on that eye.
No. Sit. Yes.
And just seeing if he'll hold a sit with any type of duration, a little bit of distance from him. See if he's gonna try to scoot up next to me. Nope, cool, he held it, awesome. We'll work on that a little bit.
Sit.
He hops up, but he fixed himself, I think, right there. That was pretty good. So here, if there I had to fix it, you got up, I didn't want you to. If he can hold the sit, I'm gonna reward his patience. I'm gonna reward the duration. Like, dude, just stay right there. I'll come to you, I'll reward you. And he kind of generalizes stuff pretty decent. So it's not actually too hard to get, you know, a few steps away and a few steps around, as long as I make sure that I'm back reinforcing, you know, parking your butt right there is a good thing. Don't get up. Distracted. You need to pay attention, sir.
That's what I really know.
Sit.
And I want to start being able to kind of move around him a little bit. So kind of what I tell my clients is you're your dog's first distraction. So when you're teaching these things, you don't want to teach it in the middle of a dog park. You don't even really want to try to teach it in the front yard, but we are. If I can move around you and I can stomp around, which we're not to that point yet with Miller, but if I can move around and I can walk behind you, that's a distraction in itself, especially for a really food motivated dog. So if I can at least do that, then I can probably I can probably move forward and get around some bigger distractions. I can advance, but I'm the first distraction here. Aside from our environment, it is kind of tough for him with this environment. I would much rather be doing this in an empty room, but we don't really have that luxury, so this is what we're doing.
Nope. Sit.
He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I'll say he's fine. He's like coming around pretty
And then he
quick.
says, I fixed myself. I got up. I shouldn't. Yeah, you have to remind him several times, but if you're consistent, oh, I almost made it. I almost made it all the way
Almost.
around. That was pretty darn good though for his first ever time trying to do that. If you're really consistent about reminding the dog, hey, this is what you gotta do, it doesn't take him long to go, this is what I have to do. And I'm gonna pay attention now. You've got my attention.
And what he did when you walked around him was pretty typical of most dogs. So, like when you're working with your dog and you go to walk around them, if they're in a sit, most dogs are gonna follow you with their head and then they get up and move so they can keep following you. It's perfectly normal. So
I cheated there. I don't know if people caught on to that. I cheated to get around him. I kept one hand right in front of his nose, which was also holding the leash. But I want the dog to succeed as much as possible, so I'm going to help him succeed as much as I push him. Knowing that he's going to get up and spin, I was like, okay, let me hold my hand out in front, give him something to kind of look at. If he can sort of start getting used to me walking behind him, now don't jump on me, buddy, settle down. He was getting a little too rowdy. So, you know, if you're not cheating, you're not trying.
yep, definitely.
But he had a success. So I would say that was okay, and then maybe next time will be even better and I won't have to cheat.
And there he was having a celebratory roll on the pavement. I did it, I did it.
I don't know what I did. My butt stayed on the ground and she likes it, so we're good. Happy guy, really happy guy. I think like his mission in life is just to please and get butt scratches.
So there I was just kind of charging my mark a little bit with him, just saying yes and then handing him a piece of food a couple times real quick. And just so I could show him that, hey, the same rules apply to working with me as they do with Desi.
Yeah, they'll definitely associate who expects what from them, so it's helpful to follow the same guidelines. It removes any guesswork out of it for the dog, and they understand what they need, what they're expected to do. I'm so happy, but I won't put my butt down.
Yeah, so there we stopped and he didn't sit. So I'm kind of waiting him out a little bit right there. And then I stepped closer to him to show him the picture that he's used to seeing, which is close to me and sitting. And he did it, so.
He thought about sitting right there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, wait, you want me to sit? Oh, okay. I sit here, okay. It's funny how they try to figure us out, and even when we want the same things, they're like, wait, what do you want? Boy, you're someone new.
So the same kind of walking exercises here. And there I called him back to me, so I tossed a piece of food to get him away, and then I told him to come.
That's two, man.
And again, he kind of bumped into me a little bit. He's pretty enthusiastic on that. He lost that piece of food. I don't know where it went.
I didn't see it.
I tried helping. Come.
I did another recall with him there, and I had to help him a little bit on his sit. He was still thinking about that piece of food back there on the ground, I think.
You see him? Come. Yes.
Good job there.
I don't want to be done.
So now he's trying to stay in front of me.
Come. Yes.
Crash.
There we go, yep.
Oh, good job.
You don't get it though. I love the enthusiasm.
He's a happy guy. And I think he really likes this kind of stuff. He likes to figure it out, and he surely likes the food.
Come. Yes. Free.
see you throw that. He's not very attentive to things leaving our hands.
He'll figure that out too. Like he'll get used to hearing the word free and then us tossing food. So here I've got his attention really well with food.
Come.
He did see me throw that one. And that was just a quick transition from a front to a heel. Getting the dog to move next to me instead of staying in front of me.
Come. Come on. Here we go. Nice and close, buddy. That's what we like. Come. Come. Yeah. Yes. Good job, bud.
He's getting speedy on his recall.
He is.
He's like, I know what to do.
And I'm working him quite a bit on his recall,
I can't
because
bend it and get it
to
up
me
out of
that's
the
one of
way.
the most important things that they can have is a good recall.
Good job, bud.
Yeah, we want recall to kind of be like a
All right, let's work on your DOWN, sir.
reflex. Like, I heard it, I gotta go. Not think about what you're gonna do.
Good boy.
So here I'm trying to get him down.
The dreaded down.
The dreaded down, so we're gonna see that he's proving to be a little difficult to get into a down in this training session anyway.
I think I accidentally cut the part out where I was trying to get him into a down.
So I'm just gonna try to get him
It
down.
looked just as good as
Baby
this. It
steps.
was bad.
I'm gonna start marking for
It
his
was
head,
bad.
shoulders, dipping,
So here I'm
almost
gonna
his
start
elbows,
breaking it
but-
down into like little baby steps. I'm gonna start marking and rewarding for his head and elbows going down.
Yes.
So there, yes, and feed.
Drop that one.
And then yes, and feed. So if I can get his head down and his elbows down on the ground, I'm halfway to a full down.
Yes. So that's getting a lot
And
smoother.
the yes, for those who don't know what marking is, marker training, it's, you've all probably heard of people who use a clicker. It's click food, click food, click food. Yes is the same, it's just a different type of marker. It's a voice that you don't have to carry in your hand.
And there I was putting a little bit of pressure down on his butt to help him figure out to get his butt down.
Treats.
Had a little bit of success doing that.
All right, so down's definitely going to be work in progress with him.
And I didn't want to push him too much on his down. This is his first training session, and down is pretty difficult for most dogs to grasp if they haven't had a lot of exposure to it.
Yeah, and if they're gonna be that resistant to it, we kind of want to baby them along a little bit till they're more comfortable, because we don't want it to seem like a negative thing. If we're forcing them into a down, well, then we're making them do stuff that they already don't want to do. So instead of forcing them, we add value to the process, and then they start saying, "Oh, I'll do it."
Boy. Yeah. Come. Come. Yeah. Here we go.
That's a good recall.
Good job, bud.
Yep.
Lickety split. I'm here. I didn't jump on you.
Go. Drop it. Sit.
A little distracted there again.
Come. Yes, good boy.
Very pretty.
Good job.
So he's starting to kind of get a little control on that recall.
Yeah, you've got to understand. You got a dog who's never had any rules.
And here what I'm doing is he's pretty chompy when he's taking food, right? And I was saying yes and going to hand him food. And every time my hand would move towards his face, he would snap in anticipation of getting the food. So here I'm just doing this little exercise. I'm showing him that not every time my hand moves towards your face are you going to get
Every time you
food.
go like that. because he's
So I
anticipating getting a treat.
move
So
my hand
now
towards
I'm
the
just-
dog if he snaps at my hand or tries to take food from my hand.
Oh my goodness.
And I just say no and I pull my hand
Lots of
back up.
repetitions of doing that and him not getting a treat.
And then if
I'm
he
not
doesn't,
saying, like, yes,
then I say yes and I give him food.
yes. And then when he
So
doesn't,
he's learning that the only time I'm going to give him food is when I say yes. If my hands happen to be moving around your head and your face, that's not the indicator that you're getting food. Yes is the indicator that you're getting food.
Yeah, he's very, very snappy, chompy. He's not trying to like bite you. He's just trying to snatch that treat real fast.
Yeah, he's just anticipating getting food, so
And he's moving
kind of
really
chompy.
enthusiastically. Like everything, he's enthusiastic.
He doesn't do anything halfway.
No, it's.
He's very committed to everything that he does.
If you're not first, you're last.
Second place is just the first place loser.
It's meal time. Shake and bake. So kind of a little bit of generalizing here. Yeah, this guy wants you to stay put in your sit too. And that kind of becomes a universal thing. So hopefully whoever he goes to
Yep.
after us can execute the same thing.
We want him to just kind of figure out that, hey, when a human tells me to sit, that's what I do. And I kind of got to hold it until they tell me that I can get up.
come.
He said, hold on, I was watching the neighbor there.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
He is.
Still watching the neighbor. I like the way he poses.
Yeah. And there he's prancing a little bit as he's walking. Getting his happy feet.
Look at you go, sir. Yeah, look at you go, sir.
Starting to figure it out.
Yeah, good boy. Yeah, oh, it's my fingers. Get up here, Hoss. Get up here, Hoss.
And you'll see, hopefully, too, as we work him throughout this little series, we'll see him get a lot more confident. Hopefully.
I think he will. He's got the try in him, like he wants to. He just second guesses himself on stuff.
Hey, good boy.
I
Yeah.
think he'll get more confident for
All
sure.
right, dude, not bad for a first date.
Nice thing about him is he always means
Not bad
well,
for a first date, sir.
even when he's nervous.